water, so accessible, so affordable, and safe to drink right from the tap. At least that's our experience, but we all know that's not true everywhere. The Rotary magazine recently had an article about a celebration kicking off the work of Rotary International and a USAID alliance in Ghana. My husband Jeff and I had recently heard RI Vice President Tom Thorfinson talking about this partnership. He told the audience how, because of the lack of toilets in Ghanaian schools, the girls often don't go to school once they reach puberty. He also said the project to build toilets in schools is underfunded. Other water projects apparently are more attractive and receive more attention and support than toilets in Africa. Jeff and I had wanted for a long time to go to Africa, so it didn't take long for us to decide to visit the project and to try to add a little depth to our understanding and to bring the story back to others. So Jeff and I, along with our current District Governor Janet, barely a month after hearing Tom's talk, set off to visit the projects and to get a clearer picture. As I said, the project is part of an alliance between Rotary International and USAID. USAID is the United States Agency for International Development. As part of its overall programming, USAID works to ensure accessible, reliable, and economically sustainable water and sanitation services. Briefly, the project in Ghana will include providing clean water to 70 communities in the Central, Volta, Eastern, and Greater Accra regions, providing institutional latrines and water closets to 44 schools and public locations, and improving or building the capacity of community, district, and regional level committees or agencies to manage and operate the water and sanitation facilities in the benefiting communities. We landed in the capital city of Accra. We were met by Rotarians who explained the projects to us and later would take us on visits to some of the sites. We were able to visit 4 schools and 2 of the villages involved in the project in the Eastern region and the Volta region. In one village, the pumping system is pretty far along, and we assembled to meet the elders and the water board and to hear a brief overview from the engineer in charge.
The community name is Abutiateti, and it is one of the project intervention community that Rotary International and USAID are assisting in getting potable water supply. Myself, I'm Henry Ampa Johnson, the regional engineer for Community Water and Sanitation Agency for Water Region, and double as the deputy director when my boss is not around. They are here on behalf of the 2 organizations that I've mentioned to see first your existing water sources, where you are taking water from before the intervention, and then also to have a look at what is going on in the community as regard to the water project, the pipe system. So that's why they are here. Briefly, let me just give you an overview of the situation here. The community presently has got a population of about 3,800. They have 3 boreholes in this community and then a stream. CW, or the national criteria for 7 small towns like this, is if you are using a borehole, 300 persons are supposed to benefit from a borehole. So the 3, even the 3, 1 is for the school, is close to the secondary school. So we will say that the community itself is depending on 2 boreholes. That is only 600 persons out of the 3,008, and then a stream, where we'll be visiting for you to have a look at the place. So you could see that potable water supply is woefully inadequate in this community. When we want to talk about hygiene education, in entering the community, on the first side, you could see that there is some awareness of hygiene education. The community is basically clean every day. And then, so their major concern here is water supply and sanitation facility. So it was great news for Rotary International and USAID to come in with this intervention program, and they were very, very grateful. And we want to say that we are far advanced in the construction of the project itself, though the contractor has been given up to February to complete, but we are hopeful that before Christmas, they will be taking potable water, because almost the major components have been put in place. Maybe at close of next week, electricity will be connected to the borehole site, and then the installation of the pump. And then what we'll be left with is the completion of the tank, which is up the hill. We'll visit there. They have finished the wall. They are here to do the roof. Immediately they do the roofing, they will start with testing of the system. All the pipelines have been laid. The standpipes have been completed. So we're just waiting for these few elements to be completed, and that is it. So that is for now. With the program itself, with the training of the water board, because they are the major key holders, because if we don't give them the necessary capacity for them to be able to operate the system after it has been completed, then we'll know that it's going to be a failure. So our emphasis now is the training and equipping the water board with the necessary tools for them to be able to operate the system.
We walked through the village to the stream that currently serves as the water source. Janet and others from our group walked carefully down the slope to reach the water. While they were there, a local woman came for water. She walked down that same slope, filled her pan, put it on her head, and walked back up with no assistance at all.
Unlike the way we went to the stream, the lady that came, if she were to be there alone, she would have fetched the bowl halfway, put it on the head before trying to fill it up. But here, life has been made so easy. She comes with the bowl, put the bowl on the head, and then just turn, and then this water just drop in there. And then you'll be using the hand to check whether it is getting filled, and then just close. Yeah, we have this chamber. This is the meter box where we do the installation of the water meter and then the stopcock. The water meter is to count the volume of water that has been taken out, and the vendor who is supposed to sell the water is accountable to every drop of water. So it's like a control measure. If a cubic meter of water is, let's say, 1.5 Ghana cedi, they come and they say, today the sales of water is 10 cubic meters, then that means definitely you're supposed to cough out 15 Ghana cedis. And out of this, your commission will be given to you. So that's it. Yeah, thank you. We'll get, the contractor has already installed a work signboard. And then there, I know the logos are not that very big, but at least it identifies the three organizations that are working. Okay. USAID, Rotary, and the CWSA collaborating with the tools. Borehole control site. We have the borehole here. It's about 62 meters deep. Static water level 19.6 meters. And the dynamic water level roughly about 45 meters. So pump installation is going to be about 55 meters. So that is it. And as I said, 360 liters per minute. Okay, for the community of Abutiateti. Now we have this simple chamber. We don't want to build a very big room because we only have a control panel to be fixed here. The pump will be fixed here. They will be creating an opening here. And then in here we will get a control panel where we have all the relays, so that in case there is any surge in current, it can just trip off, and then the pump will be safe. So that if there is any problem, the relays will just take the shock and it can be replaced easily. The pump here is going to pump at a head of 95 meters from here to the tank, include losses, everything in the pipeline. And then from there, the minimum pressure in the system, the pipeline at the outlet, is 33 meters. And it's very high because the tank is on top of the hill. It's a ground tank, but on top of the hill, and the community is downstream. So house connection, they will not have any problem with pressure distribution. So they are, I think the community, they are at a very good location in terms of pressure distribution. We only have one pressure zone, and that is all.
Villagers employed to help?
Yes, they are employed. Yes, they are employed. So it's a way of income generating activity for them. And they do this on contract basis. They look at the heap there, and then they say, okay, we are going to take this amount to convey it here. If they agree with the contractor, then they go ahead with it. So I think that is what they are doing now. So that ends our trek.